Well, guys, it is not always good news in the hobby. Unfortunately, my saltwater tank, after 4 years, has crashed on me. We're going to be going over everything today, and there's actually a good reason why the tank looks like the way it does with all the algae growing on the glass, which we're going to take care of today. But let's go ahead. Let's go over why my tank crashed after 4 years and what the plan is moving forward. Let's go ahead. Let's get right into it, guys. So if you're new to the channel, this is my 20-gallon mixed reef aquarium. Well, it was a mixed reef, but now it is kind of just a saltwater tank with fish in it. But we're gonna fix that. But let's just go ahead. Let's talk about why my fish tank crashed after 4 years. So if you guys are new to the channel, this was a very low nutrients tank for most of its life. And eventually, when I was, started adding a bunch of corals and just other rocks in from other aquariums, unfortunately, I ended up getting dinos, and dinos thrive in, low nutrients aquariums, and pretty much that's what's happened here. And now you guys can see, basically, with dinos, they pretty much just kind of take over your tank, and you really want your tank to kind of get dirty in a sense. You want to get those nitrates up, and you want algae to grow, so that's why the tank looks the way it does. But you notice a lot of this stuff is green, and that's all the new algae, plus I have a little cyanobacteria forming on the sand there, which we're going to take care of. But yeah, so that's how I've been beating dinos. In the last 4 months, I've gotten dinos 3 times, and I've actually beat it all 3 times, and I'm going to show you guys how I did that. Basically, just the end goal of how I beat dinos was just raising my nutrients up, my nitrates up. But, they've always seemed to come back, so I'm going to stick to what I've been doing to get rid of them for a while, at least until they're gone for good. But let's go ahead, guys. Let's go over some of the losses that the tank has seen over the past few months. And actually, some good news first. I actually haven't lost any fish or really any livestock, which is a good thing. So the fish are fine, the shrimp's fine, so everything's doing good on that front. But we did lose a bunch of coral. We lost my 2 bubble tip anemones. We lost my Duncan coral. We lost the GSP. We lost the Xenia. The octo spawn is pretty much done. It's hanging on for dear life. If you look, that is it laying over in that corner. The polyps haven't bailed out yet, so maybe we can revive it, but it's not looking good. My candy cane is pretty much being taken over. And this was a leather that you guys really didn't even get to see. He's kind of holding on for dear life, but it's not looking great. So yeah, pretty much lost a lot. And I'm just gonna document this. This is a learning experience, and we're gonna try to fix the tank up a little bit today with the water change, because as you guys can see, the dinos, they were all covering the sand bed, and now the sand bed is pretty much clear for the most part. You guys can see we got some cyanobacteria growing on the top of the rocks here. There's some cyano there and cyano on the sand bed, but from feeding more, you're pretty much going to run into cyano, and cyano bacteria is a lot easier to deal with than dinos. So the tank, as far as a dino perspective, is looking good. So we're going to clean it up just a little bit. We're going to do a water change. I know you don't really want to do a water change when you want to keep your nitrates up, but we're going to do it anyway. And we're going to keep feeding a lot and just keeping the nitrates up as high as we can safely. And yeah, let's just go ahead. Let's talk about how we're going to rehab this tank. And I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get to that water change. Real quickly, guys, this is actually how I was able to beat the dinos all 3 times. Just adding 50 to 40 drops of this a day. And, really saved my tank, to be honest. It beat dinos all 3 times whenever I started adding this. And I think the downfall is when I beat it the first 2 times, I stopped adding this. But now I'm going to keep adding it, just not as much. And we're going to see if we can fight off those dinos for good. So yeah, this is not like a paid product or anything. This stuff actually works to keep your nutrients up. Live phytofeast, live phytoplankton. It really, not only is it good for your tank and for everything in it, but it's good to fight against dinos. So yeah, I use some of this stuff. I mean, yeah, it worked for me over everything else. So this has been the savior. So while you guys watch this time lapse of me doing a complete water change and cleaning my saltwater fish tank, let's go ahead and let's talk about the future of the tank. So where do we go from here after my tank crashed? I think the number one most important thing is I got to keep those dinos away to have a healthy tank. So I'm just going to make sure that I keep on feeding a lot, as much as I've been feeding, and I want to make sure that my nutrients, my nitrates stay up. I want to keep them around 5 to 10 parts per million. So I'm going to do that as best I can. I'm going to test regularly and keep on feeding as much as I can to make sure that this tank stays healthy. Now, as far as corals go, I'm probably going to rebuild this tank with soft corals in mind. Soft corals, they actually thrive and they prefer higher nitrates. They like a little bit dirtier water. So with what I'm trying to achieve, I think that's going to be a perfect fit. And you can get some pretty cool soft corals. So I'm pretty excited for that, to be honest. Now, as far as change in livestock, as of right now, I still have my 2 clownfish in here, my yellow Watchman goby and my firefish goby, as well as a peppermint shrimp in this tank. I know it looks kind of empty right now. They all are still hiding from that water change, but there's not really going to be many livestock changes. The only thing I might look for is a smaller chorus wrasse to kind of pick off some of the bristle worms. And I know chorus wrasses long-term can't live in this 20, so I would either get rid of it before it got too big, or I would upgrade my tank size. And to be honest, I really want to upgrade this tank size. So let me know your thoughts of what I should do with the livestock down below, but I'm thinking maybe a chorus wrasse might be coming to the channel and to the saltwater tank. Also, you guys will notice during this water change, I only decided to clean off these 2 panels of glass. And there's kind of a good reason for that, I think. One is I want to keep as much algae here as possible to fight away the dinos, because the algae helps outcompete the dinos, as ugly as it looks, but it is useful. So I'm going to leave it this way for a while, and slowly but surely I'll go back to having completely clean glass. But I think for now it's smart just to have the 2 viewing panes here completely clean and monitor those as we try to get back to a healthy tank again. Here's just one example of the bristle worms. I have so many in this tank. They come out even when feeding time. It's not even nighttime and they come out. So yeah, definitely would like a little chorus wrasse to help with the population of those guys. But with that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think personally it's important to show the losses as well as the wins. Obviously today, this is a big loss and a learning curve, but you know, it's part of the hobby and we're going to build back stronger from this, guys. And as you can see, even just by looking at the tank right now, there's like almost no visible like queue of dinos anywhere. So that's a big positive sign. Even though the tank kind of looks gross, it's doing a lot better than it was a little bit ago. So now we're starting to build back, and the comeback for this tank is going to be great, in my opinion. I think it's going to be fun, so stick around for the journey because we're going to get this tank looking in tip-top shape. If you guys have any comments, leave them in the comment section down below. I'd be curious to see what you guys think, and if you guys have ever had any struggles like this, you know, just let me know. I enjoy reading all the comments, and I'll be sure to respond. If you guys liked the video, make sure to hit that like button. If you didn't like the video, feel free to hit the dislike button and let me know why you didn't like the video in the comment section down below, because I'd always like to improve these videos for you guys. And hopefully next time there's an update on this tank, it will be doing a lot better than it is right now. But it's all part of the journey. Hope you guys stick around, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy. Peace out, y'all.